Officers arrested in connection with the death of a TUT student have appeared in court today. Katlego Monareng, you remember, was gunned down in August during protests over SRC elections. At first, the officers alleged they fired warnings on the ground with their R5 rifles, but an investigation by police watchdog IPID has found that that information was false. Our reporter Masego Rahlaga joins us live from the Soshanguve Magistrates Court, where students, Masego, I understand, are angry because the two police officers have been granted bail.
Of course, Xoli, the students were taken aback by the decision by the magistrate earlier. They actually reacted, as she said, that they've been granted bail of 2,000 Rand each. All the students started to make the expression of course, as she said that they would be allowed to even go back to work tomorrow. But we will speak to those students. I just want to tell you a little bit about the two officers, Xoli. One of the officers accused, number one, he is the one who actually shot the R5 rifle, and as I said to you earlier on, during our crossing earlier on, he's the bullet that was found in the body of Katlego Monareng. It was actually directed back to the rifle that is registered to this police officer, and now the second police officer is the captain at the Soshanguve police station, and it's understood that he actually is the one that commanded that two police officers, not just this one that's been arrested now, accused number one. It was two police officers who fired the shots. It was after police had gone to the TUT campus just down the road from here, Xoli, and they were trying to get out of the campus after trying to restore law and order at that university. They were trying to leave the university, and the students were burning tires and other things outside the gate. They wouldn't let the police officers out, and that's when this police officer, accused number two, allegedly ordered the other two police officers to come out and start shooting with the R5 rifles. Now, one of those bullets actually hit Katlego Monareng. But to go back to how the students felt, Xoli, in terms of the judgment regarding bail earlier today, let's speak first of all to an EFF student representative. So can you just let me know, just very quickly, you're live on ENCA, your name and surname first of all.
My name is Katlego Maila, the chairperson of EFF Students Command.
Tate Maila, can you just tell us how it is that you guys are feeling after that judgment? I heard a lot of the students expressing their anger immediately after the magistrate said that she's allowing the two officers to go back home today.
First and foremost, let me say that we welcome the report that was brought by the Independent Police Directorate. We're saying that they've done, and we applaud them for doing a very good job. But what we are not happy as the economic freedom fighters is that today we heard the prosecutor saying that in the submission of the accused, that in that day when they killed the person, they said that the gun that they shot that boy was found in that deceased boat. So we are not happy because of such people are not even supposed to be roaming around in our communities because they are a danger to society, and there's a fact that they killed that person because they done an investigation and they found a bullet, exactly bullet that the accused number one shot that Rafael with.
Nandata Maile, just from now on, what will the EFF be doing? What is the word from the people on the ground? What are they saying they want to do in terms of the reaction from students? What is it that they want to do now that there's nothing we can do? The police officers have been granted bail, and that's the law. They have the right to actually also be given the right to law. What is it that the students are saying that they're going to do from now on? What's the way forward?
As the vanguards of the students, now as the Economic Freedom Fighter Student Command, what we are going to do from now on, we are going to mobilize mother body to also form part and parcel of this case of murder. We are going to inform our lawyers, our legal representative to also form part and parcel of the proceedings of this case of murder. Because of now, we've realized that there's a shortage, there's incompetency of the judicial system. So what we are left with no opportunity, but we also are to mobilize a mother body to come and assist us with the legal team.
Thank you very much, Ndate Maile. Now, just very quickly, Xoli, what we know is that Katlego Monareng was actually a member of PASMA, and we have a person from that part of the student bodies or the student SRCs. And just first of all, I'm going to ask Xoli to just zoom into his shirt. As you can see here, he's wearing the shirt that they made regarding Andries Katlego Monareng, who passed away, was killed on the 23rd of August 2018. As you can see the shirt there. And so you're also live on ENCA. Just first of all, your name and surname?
My name is Katlego Monareng, chairperson of PASMA, Tshwane branch.
Katlego Monareng, your member shot and killed a few months ago. The police officers accused of, executing, allegedly executing his murder have been granted bail. Your reaction?
Today marks 2 months after the incident. We're here in court. We are very not happy about the court judgment of granting them bail. We understand we have a strong case against the two, but being granted bail on these purposes of charges of murder and attempted murder is not sitting well with us as a branch, as Tshwane University as a whole. It's not okay with us. We're not happy about the outcomes.
Now, before she actually handed down her judgment regarding the two officers' bail, she did explain that she is aware of the concern from students, the concern from the public, the fact that somebody's life was taken. And she did also say that to consider also the fact from you guys, she pleaded with you guys to understand that giving them bail doesn't mean that she's saying that they're innocent. She's actually giving them bail so that it fast tracks. Her explanation is that it will fast track the case to the point where they are probably going to be found guilty or not guilty. Your reaction to her asking your members, your students, to just remain calm and not consider a bail grant to actually mean that they're innocent?
Her judgment was not clearly lenient to us. It was lenient to the accused because of granting them bail, knowing that the fact that they are responsible for the murder of Katlego is not sitting well with us. But we feel like the judgment today is delaying the processes on this basis, because we know these people are involved and they should be remaining behind bars in the time, because they have to go out and live their lives normally, and while we are here in mourning for Katlego's justice to be served. But we feel like justice is being delayed in the processes of the judgment of the ruling today.
Lucky, just one more question. In terms of the magistrate rather, saying that they will be back on the 25th of January, will the students be here again, as you were today, to remain supportive in this case?
We believe the students will be here because the schools resume normally January early, but we believe we'll be here not probably in numbers because it's during the registration period. But as members of the community of Tshwane, we will be here supporting the case of Katlego until the justice is served fully.
Thank you very much. Well, there you have it, Xoli. The students quite disappointed with the judgment from today, believing that, they were told that IPID has a strong case, and they don't understand why the two accused have been granted bail. But the judge also saying earlier, Xoli, that the two have they don't have any criminal records. They were not arrested before for any wrongdoing. This is the first time. The state itself actually saying that they're not opposing bail. The investigating officer from IPID also, his affidavit was also read out into the record. He also said that he doesn't oppose any bail. The two don't know any of the witnesses that will be testifying, so they cannot actually go out there and intimidate any witnesses. Both the witnesses also saying that they have no passports, so therefore they are not flight risks. They can't go anywhere. But of course the question now is, with the judge saying that she's granting them bail so that they can go back to work tomorrow, how is the community going to accept them back into the community, and how is the community going to have trust in the policing around Soshanguve when the two officers who allegedly, to be fair, allegedly shot Katlego Monareng will be coming back and serving the community in the way that they usually used to?
Masakho, just briefly, were the two officers asked to plead?
The two officers made it very clear, Xoli, in their affidavits that they did not see anything wrong with their actions on the 23rd of August 2018. They didn't see anything wrong with how they acted, and therefore made it very clear that they will be pleading not guilty. One of the officers, Xoli, actually the one I told you was the commander, is found to have been the one that commanded the officers to start shooting, actually said in his affidavit, and I'm going to quote, I'm going to paraphrase a little bit, he says that he wishes to actually go on trial so that his name can be cleared, so that his innocence can be proven. And that's what the two officers are saying. They don't believe that on that day they did anything wrong.
All right, Masego Ratlaga outside the Soshanguve Magistrates Court, where the two officers allegedly responsible for the killing of Katlego Monareng, the Tshwane University of Technology student who was gunned down in August of this year. In fact, today marking essentially 2 months since he was gunned down by police.